everyone, it's me, Lisa Schwartz, and welcome to 17's Hot Guy Showdown. Things are nuts over here because once upon a time, we started with the 8 of the most gorgeous, talented, and charming guys around for competing to be featured in 17 magazine and receive a 1-year contract to write on the Hot Guy panel. But as of right now, we're officially down to only 3. First off, if you need advice from a hot guy now, head on over to the show #DearHunter on Awesomeness TV. Hunter March.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome our beauty smarty who's been through a showdown herself, Miss Arden Rose.
Thanks for having me.
And finally, a sassy diva who has a new album coming out on May 6th, Miss Lindsay Sterling.
Thanks, I'm tickled pink to be here.
Okay, quick recap. Last week, Charlie and Christopher test drove the life of a hot guy panelist by giving advice on the do's and don'ts of social media flirting. That left Charlie as our finalist to move on to the Hot Guy Showdown finale. And today we're gonna send either TJ or Chris to join him, which we are gonna do by putting them through the same test of advising us on the best social media flirting methods. Advise us, fellows.
Wow, hey guys, what is up? A lot of you guys asked me, Chris, how do you flirt online? What are your online flirting techniques? How do I flirt? I'm a terrible flirter. I can't freaking flirt. I'm like the most awkward person ever. But you know what? You asked me, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna give you whatever little bit of awkward flirting knowledge I know so that you two can be really awkward. But yeah, let's do it. Let's start off with Facebook, because I mean Facebook's huge. Everyone's on Facebook. There's a lot of attractive people on there. Number 1, pick your targets. If you already have a sexy babe on your friends list, then perfect, you're good to go. But if you don't, there's ways to find them. I don't know if you know this, but Facebook's got like this little built-in tool where you can find people that you may probably not know. So I'm gonna warn you in advance, thumbnails can be misleading. So make sure you click on the image and expand it before pursuing. This one time, I found this really attractive chick. I was like, score, poked her a couple times. It was getting pretty serious, so I decided to go over to her profile, find out a little bit more about my lover, and boom, it's a guy in a wig. So yeah, make sure you look at those thumbnails. Once you found your target, send them a little friend request. And I mean, if they accept, they already like you, right? You can send them a little message, maybe a little hello. How you do it? Moving on to texting. So texting can be very misleading. All you gotta work with is like words. Take advantage of the little emojis. It allows you to put your expression into the words. I mean, it can really change what you're saying. Sometimes they don't have the perfect emoji to express how you're feeling. Snapchat's awesome. It allows you to pretty much create custom emojis. You can do like the smiley face, the grumpy face, the turtle, the sexy mustache man. Be careful with this one. This one really it grabs the hearts. Be careful who you use it with. That's pretty much all the tips I have. Hopefully you've learned something. And I'll see you and your beautiful face very soon. Boom.
Personally, my favorite apps for flirting are Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, but texting is always really reliable, and then in person is the best, of course. I'd say Snapchat's my favorite because you can have just little like fonts. You can have like a funny expression on your face, or you can show them what you're doing, or you can make a little video about where you are. It's very like relevant and like shows what you're doing. It's fun. It's almost like you're right there with them, and you can share what you're doing. You can see what they're doing. I'd say, you know, if you're doing something really cool and it's like changing, then you can send a couple if you're having like a conversation. But don't send too many Snapchats because then it just looks like you're trying to get responses or trying to get attention. Also on Snapchat, because you can send it to like a ton of people, make sure that you make it specific to the person. Otherwise it feels like you're just part of a spam. And if you are sending Snapchats to everybody, think about that and try maybe not to. I'd say Twitter and Facebook, you know, you can favorite tweets, you can make references to things, you can retweet. Facebook, you got the messaging stuff. You can also DM on Twitter. Just like kind of figuring out like what's their preferred type of social media, maybe engaging with them on there. Don't tweet too much publicly back and forth because it just becomes this like everyone can see it. Facebook, don't go through and like all their pictures. That's not good. And Instagram, don't go through and like all their pictures. Maybe like one of their newest ones if it's like pretty cool. But texting is my favorite because it's the most reliable and you have like, you're not limited to 140 characters. Always be working towards something. Always be working towards hanging out. Always be working towards doing something together. And don't rely too much on this, all right? This is good, but you want to be face to face.
Put down the phone and interact with other humans. Got it. Okay, Hunter, Arden, Lindsay, what do you think? Should we favorite every single tweet of guys we like? Lindsay, what did you think about Chris?
You know, Chris used my least favorite social media word, which is poke. And he said it as if it was a positive thing. I've always been very disgusted by that term, and I don't even know why. What does it mean to poke someone? I don't want anyone yeah. Yeah.
Arden, what do you think?
I would have to say I didn't love the Facebook reference either. My grandmother is on Facebook, so I don't get on there very often to flirt with people. She'd probably be like, "Arden, what are you doing?" Blah, since my grandma talks like that.
Okay, Hunter.
I thought that he was admitting that he was awkward was kind of endearing off the bat. You know, he didn't build us up to expect that he was going to be this great, flirter, but I think from there it may have even gone downhill because he started calling girls sexy babes, which I never feel like is appropriate in an advice video for young ladies. And he wanted to talk to people that he didn't know. And I think that most of the girls watching the advice videos are probably looking to talk to people they do know. So I feel like he missed kind of what girls would be expecting in a video like this.
Those are some good points. What do you think about TJ, Lindsay?
You know, he gave some solid advice, but I love that he kept bringing it back to being in person. You know, this should all be leading towards something. You need to eventually meet the person. I love that he said, you have to have a goal with all of this.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Arden?
I completely agree with Lindsay. I think that is so great to use social media. I love the idea of meeting people in person, but social media is great because you can kind of, I know this is bad, but stalk people before you get to know them. Like I might know my boyfriend's grandmother's name before I know anything about him.
Hunter?
I think TJ did a great job of addressing the girls and kind of giving them advice, which I don't think Chris did really. But I think his advice was still a little too generic. His description of how to flirt with Twitter was like, you can DM, or you can follow, or it is like more of a description of how Twitter works than a description of how to flirt on Twitter.
It's time for the ultimate elimination. Which of these two gorgeous guys are we saying goodbye to today, and which one is going to the finale? What do you think, judges?
We've decided that Chris is going home today.
Congrats, TJ! You'll be coming back in a few weeks to compete for the title of 17's newest hot guy. And Chris, we are definitely going to miss you. Sad emoticon. But hey, viewers who love Chris, you're already checking him out at his YouTube page, Weekly Chris. You're already upvoting his name on the page like crazy, so no need for heartbreak. He might just be back here for the finale. Which reminds me, our two finalists are officially Charlie and TJ, but there are three, count them, 3 spots in the finale. The third one goes to the guy who wins the most of your votes from the comment sections of all the episodes. So get clicking because the power is in your hands. Or your thumbs, whatever you do on the internet. We will see you all next week for the special ultimate episode treat, and then it's on to the finale. I'm Lisa Schwartz, Lisbug here on YouTube, and make sure to subscribe. See you next time.